Welcome to the 31st Annual Governor's Arts Awards. This event is honoring our 2012 Governor's Arts Award recipients, and I want to thank all of you for being here this evening with us to celebrate the arts in Wyoming. It is my pleasure to introduce our Master of Ceremonies for this evening, Mr. Millward Simpson, the Director of State Parks and Cultural Resources. Millward?
Welcome, everyone, to the 31st Annual Governor's Arts Awards. It's such an honor and privilege to participate in this event every year that brings us all together to celebrate the talent and creativity of our citizens. And what these recipients tonight have in common is an uncommon devotion to the power of artistic expression, to helping others achieve that power through education, and to bringing the power of expression that the arts inspire to our citizens and our communities. And so we're in for a real treat this evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce to you Wyoming's Poet Laureate, Pat Frolander, who will read one of her poems.
Good evening. What a privilege to be among all of this creative work. Governor, First Lady, our legislators who support us. There are many unsung heroes across Wyoming. The recipients of these Governor's Arts Awards tonight have such commitment to what they do, as do others across our beautiful state. And we witness the commitment of the staffs, the commissions that really take care of us and so often are not recognized statewide. Thank you for the opportunity to say thank you to all of you. Speaking of commitment, I really struggled this evening with what to read, and two things came to mind. Not only is there commitment in those people who are here, but there are others across the state and many, many professions whom I haven't had an opportunity to write about. So if you'll indulge me, I'm going to read about two different types of commitment. The first one is titled Runaway. I wipe blood from a 5-inch cut down my husband's back. I think about the 2-year-old Belgians hitched to the hay sled, running wide open across the meadows. Snow flying beneath their hooves, husband caught under the runners. Hay bales are scattered for half a mile, his shredded coat and shirt a reminder of buried rock, ice, and frozen ground. I bite my lip as he winces. Purple bruises appear on his arms, neck, and chest. Bandaged, clean shirt in place, he stiffly reaches for another jacket, walks quietly out the door to unhitch the horses who drug him all the way home. Because I am involved in agriculture, I've had the pleasure of watching so many ranch families step up to the plate and take care of things, even though they were hurt or perhaps fatigued. All things that we all recognize in this room. There's also commitment involved in livestock production, and this is a commitment by cattle. 6 inches of snow churned into mud as the cow circles the stiffening body, lowing, urging her calf to rise. 5 days she guards the lifeless form from coyotes and me as I leave her daily ration of hay. Another example of commitment. Thank you so much for the privilege and pleasure of being with you this evening. and I look forward to greeting most of you after the event. Governor, again, thank you for this appointment. I'm so grateful.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're truly fortunate in Wyoming to have a governor and first lady who support the arts and support the creativity expressed by our citizens throughout the state. And at this time, it's my great honor and privilege to introduce to you our great governor of the great state of Wyoming, the Honorable Matt Mead.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you. Well, I want to first thank each and every one of you for being here, for making this such a special evening for the award recipients, and certainly a special evening for Carol and I. We look forward to this event every year. And as you may understand, Carol and I go to a few events these days, and most of them we arrive at the door, and most of them we're let in. Not all. Some were turned away, but it is great evening. And I would like to start on recognizing Millward Simpson and his staff. It's always such an elegant occasion. So let's give Millward and his staff a great hand. Millward, it really is, it's remarkable walking in here. It's always, I look forward to the current theme, and it looks beautiful again tonight, so thank you very much. I also want to thank the Arts Council Board for their work, and Rita, and I want to thank the Cultural Trust Fund Board for their work. The sponsors, this doesn't happen without some extraordinary sponsors who are here with us tonight and have been recognized. And what a joy for me to be able to pick Wyoming's Poet Laureate. And Pat, as you were reading some of your poetry tonight, it reaffirmed that I think I've made a wonderful choice. So Pat, let's give you a great hand. Her reading and her work, I think, points to what we celebrate tonight. We have a wonderful, wonderful talent in Wyoming. We have wonderful people who recognize the talent we have, and in their communities in many different ways, step up to support the arts. And we earlier this evening had a gathering, and I got to meet all of the award recipients. And one of the things I talked about is that I view this occasion every year as another opportunity for me to confess. I have no artistic bone in my body, and so I've done that my duty this year again. But I have a great appreciation for art, partly because I can't do, I don't have an artistic bone in my body. But the occasion and the privilege of being able to be governor and to travel around the state, I have gained a greater appreciation for the artists that we have in Wyoming. Whether it is music, whether it is poetry, whether it's ceramics, whether it is those who support art. We are a strong, strong state. And I guess it should be no surprise to us that we are strong in terms of the art that we have and the artists that we have and the support for artists in Wyoming. Because if inspiration is what is in part leads to the talent that is revealed in their paintings or in their music, certainly there couldn't be a better inspiration than the state of Wyoming. The beauty that we have here, our plains, our valleys, our mountains, our wildlife, what better place to be inspired? But beyond that, we have Wyoming people, the grit that they show, the determination they show, the ability to meet those wonderful individuals, whether from ag, whether they're teachers, whether there are some of our scientists who stand up and every day they go to work and they do the right thing. They do the right thing for their family, and they do the right thing for their state and their country. So we celebrate our natural beauty, our natural wildlife, but we also celebrate through the art the wonderful people that we have in Wyoming. And so as we talk about Wyoming, and all of you can express your love of our state in different ways, we know that it all comes together, and artists that we have here in Wyoming are able to capture it in different ways and able to produce it. And when we see their work, we hear their music, we listen to their poetry, it brings back to our own hearts and our own feelings. We are blessed with our talent, and we are blessed to live in this wonderful state. So last year, this is my third year to be able to host this event. My first year, I learned a little bit about hosting this event. We have these beautiful proclamations, and Millward said, you know, in the past, the governor reads those proclamations. There's something about reading in front of a crowd, and then there's something really about reading proclamations. And by like the third word in each one, my tongue was so twisted, and they are so long. And that poor crowd, any of you that came back from the first year, thank you, because I made you miserable. But please know, as miserable as you were, my wife was suffering much more. But in the end, when I got home, I suffered the most. So I no longer read proclamations, but we want you to know that they are here and they're important, but I am using whatever talent I have to make a good decision, not to read proclamations. So that was the first year. Then the second year was interesting as well, because on the second year, I thought I had to be in Washington, D.C. for a meeting they said I could not miss. And so Millward and his team said, well, let's have you do a video. You can sit down in front of a camera beforehand, you do a video, and you can talk about the award winners. And I said, that would be great. And so we did that, and then I said, but I want somebody to substitute for me. And I thought, who would be really, really great? And the man I thought of was Pete Simpson. He is a wonderful speaker, a wonderful man, and does a wonderful job. So year one, I made the mistakes to read the proclamations. Year two, I made the mistake of having somebody that set the bar so high that now people are like, hey, the first year you screwed up with the proclamation, and where's Simpson this year? Get him out here. So the other problem on inviting Pete Simpson is, you know, you can't, and as it turned out, I could make it. So I actually did show up, and then I was sitting in front here as Pete Simpson got to talk. And Pete Simpson doesn't say, you don't get to tell Pete Simpson, here's what I'd like you to talk about, and here's the parameters, and here's how I'd like you to say it. No, you just say, hey, it's open. So he felt really free to make fun of the legislature. And I was really good with that. But when he started bleeding over and talking about the governor, I couldn't wait to get the mic in my hand. But he did a wonderful job gently poking fun of us and talking last year about our budget and the potential aircraft carrier that we may have and where that may go. And so I wanted him to come this year because I said, I know I'm not going to make it this year, but you've set the bar so high, could you come back this year? And he said, I would love to do that, Governor, but the fact is you have given me so much comedic material that I wouldn't know where to start. So, so that's where we are. I want to mention my wife, Carol, because on this journey that we've had together in serving the state, she has really been fortunate to get around the state and see some of the wonderful art that we have. And she's been particularly focused on some of the young talent that we have. And she has traveled every year now to Casper for the high school art symposium. And the first year that she was there, she was just stunned. She came back and she was just gushing about this young talent and how wonderful it is. And she decided to bring a piece of artwork back and on loan to display in the governor's mansion for a year that a high school student had produced. And then she built on that. And now we have a number of pieces in the governor's residence that are displayed that are high school artists. And they are tremendous works of art. She's also, this past year, had art students at the high school level provide Christmas decorations for the governor's residence. And the reason I bring this up is she's excited about promoting that young talent. And collectively, we're excited because in Wyoming, We have great talent that is going to be represented here tonight and has been represented in previous dinners, but we've got a deep bench. I believe, as great as the state of art is in Wyoming now, that we're on the cusp, that we've got generations coming up that are going to expand it to great, great horizons, and that's exciting. As we look at past award winners, the caliber of the 2012 nominees, the 2012 award recipients, and the work of the state and the local art groups, I can say with confidence, with great confidence, the state of arts in Wyoming, like our state itself, is strong. It's very strong. Since 1967, when Governor Stan and First Lady Bobby Hathaway led the effort for public funding of the arts, the Wyoming Arts Council has been an advocate for arts, artists, and art education in our state. 2013 is the Art Council's 46th anniversary, and this is the 31st annual celebration of the Governor Arts Award. Including tonight's recipients, 120 awards have been given to Wyoming individuals, organizations, and businesses since 1982. There's continued good work. The Arts Council also supports the arts in Wyoming through its grants program. In fiscal year 2012, the Arts Council granted 362 art grants to nonprofit organizations, schools, colleges, local governments, and artists in Wyoming. Already in fiscal year 13, 285 grant awards have been given. During fiscal year 2012, the Arts Council invested in art projects through nonprofits and schools in every one of our counties, in all 23 counties. The Arts Council makes the most of its grant dollars by matching them with private funds and in-kind donations. The fact is, art provides good life, and in fact, it provides good business. The return on the investment that we make, we get about $7 for every dollar that we put in. That is a great return. And I remember my first year in office at this dinner, well, I remember two things, reading those proclamations, and I also remember this. I had occasion to speak about a study that was done in 2010 about Wyoming's creative economy, and here's some of the numbers. The study showed over 7,500 jobs, not including state and local government and art teachers, attributed to the arts, and nearly $200 million of taxable revenue generated through arts-related sales and events. It is good business, it is good life to support the arts. I also want to mention the Arts Council has a hand in the annual Capital Art Exhibition in building a state collection by works of Wyoming artists. And finally, the Art Council's Art in Public Buildings projects are either completed or in progress at several facilities in several locations. At Game and Fish Headquarters, the Southeast Wyoming Welcome Center, and the Joint Military Readiness Center in Cheyenne, at the Health and Science Building of Central Wyoming College in Riverton, at the new entry building to Sheridan College, and at the Kurt Gowdy State Welcome Park in Laramie County. Now we also have, and I hope you get a chance to see this, there's some incredible work that is done as part of Wing in the state capitol, which is called the Governor's Portrait Gallery. And we had these wonderful collection from past Wyoming governors that were sort of sitting in storage. And they have, Sarah Needles and others have displayed those pictures now. And they are wonderful. And we have every former governor's picture in that gallery or in my office, and you should come see them. But I need your help, and I will conclude tonight with asking for your help. We have one governor that does not have his painting up, one former governor, and that is Governor Dave. And I called Judge Friedenthal today and said, "What up, Judge?" She said, "Who is this? I'm sending the marshal." No. I told her we need to get Governor Dave's picture so that the collection could be complete. Because as you see the pictures, they also have the wonderful displays in terms of where the governor was, the time period, where they came from. And so I asked for your help in getting Governor Dave to sit down, and I've told him, "You're not getting any better looking. Now, this is the time to do it." We appreciate so much the members of the legislature that are here, the members of the public from all corners of the state. And as we look at art in Wyoming, whether you're a rancher, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a nurse, whatever it may be, everyone has an interest in the arts. And you all here tonight help promote that, making our lives richer in Wyoming. So thank you very much for being here tonight. Thank you for the support. I am eager for stage 2, where we can talk about the award recipients. Millward, I turn the mic over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor, for those wonderful remarks. However, I do recollect that one of the kind of honorary awards that my dad bestowed on the legislature was actually rather serious. I recall that he bestowed an honorary abstract art award on the legislature for the map of Wyoming that was Wyoming after redistricting last year as a piece of abstract art. So that was a serious one. So we move on to the awards portion of our evening. And what we're going to do this year is we'll ask the governor back to the stage to share some thoughts about the first award recipient. This will be followed by a video presentation produced by Cheyenne's own Wyoming Community Media. And after the video is over, yes, please. And after the video is over, we'll ask the award recipient to come to the stage, and there will be a photo that we'll make with the proclamations and then some remarks by the award recipient, and then we'll move to the second recipient. And after the third and final recipient, there will be a concert. And so that's one of the main portions of the evening. I know you're looking forward to it. So please don't go anywhere after the final recipient gives their remarks. So, Governor, I know I've interrupted your ability to enjoy your dessert, but if we could ask you to come back up and begin the awards portion.
All right, this is the very fun portion of the evening. The first award goes to Lynn Munns, a potter from Casper, Wyoming. Lynn, a teacher who taught 35 years at Casper College, beginning in 1971, and who left a legacy for the future through the students he taught. He was an innovator who took a fledgling ceramics program and made it renowned. An engaged educator and administrator who served as chairman of the Visual Arts Department and then as chairman of the Fine Arts Division at Casper College. An avid supporter who reached into the community to promote the arts, serving on the boards of the Nicolason Art Museum, the Wyoming Advocates for Cultural Development, the Western States Arts Federation, the Wyoming Arts Councils, and others. He's an award-winning artist and a featured exhibitor at galleries in Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, and New Jersey. Lynn's ceramics have beauty, immaculate design, and utility. They are lovely to look at, to see, and to use, and they are timeless. Lynn, thank you for all the years of teaching and service. Lynn, I can tell you that we had fun in the office today as we got some pictures of some of your work, and we were all drooling over it. It is absolutely fantastic, and I want to congratulate you for building a national reputation in ceramics, not only for yourself, but also for Casper College and for your artistry, sorry. Where's that proclamation? And body of work. Let's watch the video for Lynn.
I've known Lynn since 1991, and I started as a student here. The way that he lived his life and the way that he taught really inspired me to become a teacher and to become who I am today. I thought was very important to nominate him for this award.
I knew growing up and kind of becoming part of the art world and the ceramics world, I had known of Lynn and heard of him just through my high school instructor.
Well, I was just out of school and I just moved back to Wyoming because I went to school in New York, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to make art. He just gave me a lot of inspiration. He was giving me a lot of encouragement. He really reached out to me all through all the years and to help me with my artist career.
My name is Lynn Munns, and we're in Casper, Wyoming, in my studio. There was a potter in my hometown. She used to let me make pinch pots as a kid, and that was my first experience with clay. I was probably 5 or 6 years old and stayed and worked, with her, played with her, I'll put it that way, for 3 or 4 years until she ran off with the weaver's husband and they closed the pottery. She was nice and never got after me, so I kept going back. I'd always been interested in the arts. My mother and my siblings were also very artistic. When I was in college, I needed a fine arts group filler, and I said, oh, I'll do this. I like ceramics, and that was the start. I went to Utah State University and in the 60s, and a very good ceramics school, still is. There was an opening here at Casper College. I interviewed and I got the position. I thought I would stay a few years because it was just a community college, but it's such a good school. I spent my entire career here. I first met Mike Olson, and he had just come fresh out of the military and kind of didn't really know what he wanted to do. Took a ceramics class, and the two of us hit it off. We've been fast friends since.
I was sort of faltering after I got my bachelor's degree. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do, wasn't quite sure. And I remember a very pivotal moment. Lynn actually asked me to teach a night class for him. After I taught for a few semesters, we were standing around in the studio one day, and he actually told me that he would be retiring in 3 to 5 years, and that if I wanted to take his job, I better go get my MFA.
He had this reputation in the state of Wyoming as being somebody to get to know and to interact with because of his experiences and his knowledge and his teaching.
Out of college, I really was lost. And so it took me a long time to kind of find my bearing. And so when I kind of dived in and decided to be a professional artist, Lynn reached out once again, as he had been doing all the years, and he gave me the opportunity to have a solo show up at Casper College. That really gave me a lot of encouragement and to help me through that time of getting my feet wet and learning what to do. And he really guided me through the experience of having a solo show.
And in terms of my daily life, his work ethic, his approach to his students, the pots that he makes that are so beautiful and well designed.
I make functional ware. I want to have people tell me later about the relationship they have with my work as they're having coffee in the morning, or, this particular food looks really good in this color of bowl.
Every day when I go in my cupboard and I get his dishes out and I use them, I remember the lessons that he's given me. And so a lot of those lessons have to do with just working with clay and being passionate with the clay. And when I think about Lynn and his teaching abilities, I do really try to bring that into my classroom.
Congratulations on the Governor's Art Award. You deserve it, and I can't think of anybody that deserves it more, buddy.
Thank you, Lynn. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And I love being here.
I'm humbled to be even considered. I just do what I do. I love what I do. Hopefully I'll be able to do it for many more years.
Lynn, please join us on stage. Congratulations.
I just saw the governor's notes. He had lots of yellow markings on the page. I don't have that. When I received the letter from the governor's office, I thought privately, who in the hell did I insult now? I opened it and was stunned and astonished and humbled. Then I thought, what a great start to 2013, as 2012 had been my most horrible year. My only regret is that my wife of 46 years could not be here tonight. But my son was able to make it here. Again, I need to thank the governor, the Arts Council, board and staff for their work and efforts in supporting the arts in Wyoming. I know what their efforts mean to Wyoming. My friends, my patrons, me, all benefit from the arts in Wyoming. My award letter from the governor praised my more than 35 years of teaching at Casper College, something that I took very seriously. During the governor's State of the State address just a few weeks ago, he introduced and praised several educators and students from around Wyoming. I'd like to follow his lead and honor some of my former colleagues from Casper College. I know in the audience are several: Valerie Inella, Linda Ryan, Nancy Madura, Mike Olson, and Tom Empey, a former Governor's Arts Award winner. Will you please stand and everybody give them a hand? These are committed educators at the college university level. I've had the privilege of working with them for many years, arguing with them, and then doing the very best for our students. In addition, I'd like to recognize also at my table Connie Norman and Todd Jonas, both teachers in the Cheyenne Public School System. Connie, come on up. Todd, the governor, and the First Lady are well acquainted with one another, as Todd has been the teacher of both of their children. Last, I would just like to say thank you, and I am humbled to receive this honor.
Wonderfully done, thank you. The next award goes to the Advocacy for Visual Arts Center, AVA. A community arts organization, yes. A community arts organization in Gillette, a provider of a wide range of art classes year-round for all age groups, with course offerings that include pottery, mosaic, pine needle weaving, painting, drawing, felting, and tile glazing, to name some. It's a group focused on excellent and affordable art education with experienced instructors and reasonable prices. A provider of innovative original programs like Little Tykes for toddlers to 6-year-olds, Pottery Camp for grade school kids in the summer, and Uncorked for people trying to improve their painting skills while socializing outside the work setting. Uncorked is a name I can think of many uses. They do work such as transform. They transformed an empty YDOT building into community art space. It's a partner in the community with Campbell County School District, Crook County School District, Northeast Wyoming Board of Cooperative Education, and Yes House, an exhibitor providing a place where artists ranging from amateur to professional can show and sell their artwork, and a committed fundraiser with a passion for its mission, which is building a better community by enriching lives through art. Ava, you are succeeding in your mission. What you're doing in Northeast Wyoming is terrific. We are pleased to have you receive this award. Thank you.
Ava is one of those unique things that happen once in a while. Ava gives you the freedom to do all the different art that you want to do. If there's an art technique that you want to learn, Ava will find a teacher for you. We have a gift shop, and we have art supplies, and we have classes and exhibitions. If you're a young artist and you want to be able to show your work, there's a show that you can be in. You can be one of the featured artists also. It's just a great place to express yourself.
Like all startups, whether it's business or nonprofits, it's very difficult to get it off the ground. And there were several times when we didn't think we'd be able to make it, but things would turn up, and lo and behold, after about a year, we were rolling.
We got this building from the city and the county in 2000.
It was a lot of hard work. A lot of serendipity took place. We had great people on the board, volunteers.
This community center is used every day by various groups of all ages.
One of our main focuses at Ava are the youth in Gillette. The Yes House has been an important part with Ava. We've teamed with them for a lot of years.
Yes House is, well, it stands for Youth Emergency Service. Kids like my age don't really know what to do, that they're going down the wrong path, so they get help and where they can make their life better for themselves.
I got into some trouble last year. It was my choice to come here to get some help. So far, it's working, and I'm turning over a new leaf.
The kids can't express themselves, but you can express yourself through art, and art is never wrong.
Like for me, Ava, well, first my life was, you have to do this, this, and this. Until Ava, I realized you can paint your picture or paint your life how you want it to be.
The only thing that was ever on my mind was getting high, and I didn't care about my family, I didn't care about my friends, basically. Drugs ran my life. I knew that I needed help, and it was basically this or the boys' school, and I knew boys' school didn't have any treatment options for me.
Each session that they come in, we set up usually 4 to 5 different artists, and those artists will have their own program, so they're learning different kinds of art with each different teacher.
Every Friday we'd go over to Ava, and basically I could get all my problems out in a more artistic form instead of going out and doing things I probably shouldn't have.
Well, I've been here for a long time, and we did all different kinds of things. Like one, we did this chair.
The chairs were fabulous, and the kids learned how to work in teams. They learned how you could make designs in glass, and those chairs are now up at the Yes House, and they're just fabulous. And they had to really work as a team, and they had to make a design, and they had to go through all the steps that an artist goes through. And it was a process that I think surprised them.
Some of us realized how painting and building stuff is fun.
I've always been sort of an artistic person, and working with people not only helped me artistically, but also helped me in the long run, because I didn't really like working with people, and it allowed me to open up a little bit.
And those kids that started in January were not the kids that ended in May, because they had learned to trust each other and trust the art and how fun it could be.
Pearls of the Prairie is responsible for advocating for artists. Ava artists are working together in this wonderful group to bring art to Gillette. It has made us a pearl of the prairie. One of the things that I know is that when I drive down the street and I am going toward my home, on my right, as I turn the corner to go to the last bit to my house, is this incredible flock of geese done by one of the Ava artists. It makes me happy, and I smile every single day, and that has been up for several years, and I still do the same thing.
Gillette, as most people in the state know, that we don't have a lot of, it's got its own special scenery. Gillette's gone from a place where you just make money to a place where you actually enjoy living.
And we are so proud of Ava. We are proud that they are part of our community, and so proud that they have won the Governor's Arts Award.
The Ava Center has added to that fabric that we have here in Gillette.
My goal is to hopefully go into music, go to the Art Institute of Colorado for audio production, and if that's my first plan. If not, then be a therapist.
I would like to congratulate Ava Community Arts Center on this award. It is well deserved, and it took a community to make it happen, and I'm proud to have been involved, and proud to have been involved with the people that helped participate to make this happen.
For me, it's like painting a picture. If you feel down, gloomy, you color it dark. So I can paint it sunshine and make a whole bunch of different colors. I think that's going to help no matter where you go.
We've had different teachers through the years, and they have just inspired both the kids, and the kids have inspired us. It's just been fabulous. It's been a great community building.
Well, if members of the center would come up, that'd be wonderful. Representatives, thank you. I want to congratulate you, and a bit noteworthy, we have a current mayor from Gillette that is with us, and 3 former mayors of Gillette, including Senator Enzi. So.
Good evening. There are a few other people I need to wander up here real quick with me because as we expressed in the film, it isn't one person, it's a group. So if I could have a few of you come up, please. And this is a fraction. Good evening. As an early volunteer and past board member of Ava Community Arts Center, I am truly excited, proud, and honored to accept the Governor's Arts Award on behalf of the Ava Community Arts Center, Ava Board of Directors, Executive Director, and staff. This award recognizes the hard work and dedication of the people that stand on this stage with me and others in this ballroom, and even more back at home in Gillette and Campbell County. Sue Latta, she's here somewhere, had an idea to turn an old, run-down highway department building into an art center to support the visual arts and artists in our community. With the dedicated work of many, that building now exists today as a beautiful facility that serves a diverse group of artists and students. Our art classes and children's programs have been successful because of the talented artists in our community and the good fortune of having some of the best art teachers in Wyoming to tap into. From tots to our seniors, Ava provides programs for the novice to the experienced students and artists. At AVA, we are also proud of our new outdoor kiln. Lynn, we need you to stop by and visit us in Gillette. That allows area potters to fire larger pieces and the added opportunity to experiment with new and different types of glazes and clays. Even with all this hard work and dedication, AVA would not exist without the City of Gillette, who is our landlord and oftentimes benefactor. We would especially like to thank our past mayors, Frank Latta and Dwayne Evenson, in addition to our present mayor, Tom Murphy, and the Gillette City Council for sharing our vision for AVA and the arts in our community. We would like to thank Pearls of the Prairie, they're out there somewhere, for nominating AVA for this award. Pearls of the Prairie is an organization that recognizes local artists and patrons of the arts for their work in the Powder River Basin. And most of all, thank you, Governor Mead, and the Wyoming Arts Council for this award, and the work that you do to honor Wyoming citizens and organizations for their contributions to the arts in Wyoming. Now, there are some in our grand state that sometimes think that Gillette has it easy due to our abundant resources. We are thankful for our healthy economy, but the most powerful natural resource in Campbell County are the people. They continue to have that pioneer spirit of taking a dream and making it happen. Gillette is a most generous community, and it was with that attitude and generosity that many of the people behind me rolled up their sleeves and got to work on that old highway department building. In turn, providing a community art center that adds to the quality of life in Gillette, making Gillette not just a place to make a great living, but a great place to live. Thank you so much.
About another big hand for that group. Next award goes to Jalon Crossland. He is one of Ten Sleep's notable residents, a country boy who still calls Ten Sleep home, a songwriter who puts his wry wit into his songs about 21st century rural life, a recording artist who performs around the country and around Wyoming, dazzling audiences with his guitar playing and banjo finger picking and his quirky tales, an award-winning musician, an alt-country music phenom whose new solo album is called, wait for it, Portrait of a Fish. The person whose band played for the launch of Wyoming Whiskey in Kirby last year, and I was there, and I would say, good drink, good music. And he will be entertaining us with a performance tonight. His talents and hard work have brought him success in the music business, and that's not easy to come by. And he's stayed true to his roots always of Ten Sleep. I had occasion to look at some of his songs and the lyrics, and anybody that can sing about tractors and rural life the way he does, most deserving. So please give a big hand, and let's watch the video.
This one by request from Jalon Crossland here on Wyoming Public Radio. I'll tell you a quick story about when I first saw Jalon. It was somewhat magical, quite comical. I was at Bighorn Mountain Festival in Buffalo, Wyoming. I'd just gotten to the festival my first time, and I see this guy jump off the stage. It wasn't quite dark, it was late afternoon, and it was almost like a Pied Piper moment. It was kind of a combination mountain stomp and conga line. Dirt was flying and they were doing Bighorn Mountain Blues. He had a nice line of people that was basically following him around the festival grounds while the song was playing. Just a unique character here in Wyoming, and that translates through his music. You see people that see him for the first time, they go, whoa, who's this guy?
My name is Jalen Crossland, son of Frank Crossland, son of Joseph Johammed Crossland of the clan Crossland. My uncle Dan he played banjo ever since before I was born, so I heard that clamor in my earliest memories of life. He's always probably been my biggest male influence, I think. And again, I was listening to him play the banjo in my very earliest memories of life, so the banjo was just always part of my experience. And as soon as I was old enough to start clambering around on it, he started showing me how to play it, and I still struggle today. Yeah, in the present version of the band, we got Sean Kelly's playing the bass, and he and I have been playing together about 7 years. And Pat Madsen's playing the drums. They've been real supportive, these guys. Sean's been my right-hand man on the left-hand side of the stage.
I met Jalon at a festival in his hometown of Ten Sleep, Wyoming called No Woodstock. He always invites the musicians playing at the festival to come pitch a tent in his yard and play. The story I would tell is from the weekend that I met him at the No Woodstock Festival. The first night I slept in his yard, it was just a great sing-along going on his front porch. His porch is pretty amazing. I mean, his porch is pretty much as big as his trailer is. I mean, it's covered in vines, and he's got a big sousaphone that's a lamp. I don't know, and just that scene on the porch was one of the first things that really attracted me to him. There's a chemistry, that it's familiar to me the instant I start playing, and it just is really comfortable,
Well, I've been to Nashville and Austin and all kinds of places, but there's nothing I really want in the big city except to visit and come back home to Wyoming, because this is home, and I have 4 generations of family here. Gosh, all the inspiration for the songs are here too. So I mean, I didn't really choose Wyoming. It's just always, I like the banjo. It's just always been. So I don't want to go nowhere else.
Well, I think the first time I ran into Jalon was at the historic Occidental Hotel here in Buffalo, and he was playing a concert. I think Jalon sometimes refers to him and his band as being the bottom country 40, and it's hard to really pigeonhole his music as being country or folk or Americana.
And given that old school country and bluegrassy feel.
Well, Jalon, congratulations. There's no one more deserving for this award. I'm really proud to see you receive the Governor's Award this year.
It was quite a surprise. Actually, I knew that Margaret had nominated me a few months earlier, which was really sweet of her, but I didn't expect to win it, so it's quite an honor.
Last summer,
in Casper. I attended Nick Fest, which is an event put on by the Nick Layson Art Museum. So Jalon was performing as part of that, and as so often happens with Jalon's concerts, there was a gentleman standing by the stage, and he was totally absorbed in watching Jalon play, and I've seen that look so many times on the members of Jalon's audience because his playing is so astonishing and it's so creative. When Jalon plays, it sounds like three people are playing the guitar at the same time. And it was that moment that I thought to myself, I'm going to nominate Jalon for the Governor's Arts Award because he's perfect for it, and he's really dedicated his life to building his career in Wyoming, and we're lucky for that.
Well, congratulations to my old buddy Jalon Crossland, who we call El Jefe in the band. I mean, it's much deserved. He's worked very hard. He continues to work very hard, despite all the rumors, to win something like this.
All right, congratulations, Jalon, on the Governor's Arts Award. Well deserved. From Tensleep, Wyoming, John Crossland, here on Wyoming Public Radio.
Jalon, come on up. Well, this is a tremendous honor, obviously. Where to even begin? When I'm your governor, there will be pot in every chicken. I've never given a speech in my natural life, but we'll see what we can achieve here. I've seen a lot of speeches on the Grammys, and so I'm going to just pretend this is the Grammys, if you don't mind. Because this feels like the Wyoming Grammys to me. I feel like Paul McCartney right now. I feel like Wolverine of the X-Men when he woke up to discover he had been implanted with an aditanium steel skeleton and claws and could no longer be killed by immortal men. That's how it feels to be here tonight. So thank you, Governor Mead, and all my friends from the Arts Council, not only for nominating me for this award, but for all that you do to cultivate a fertile artistic environment in this state. I appreciate that. Let's see. Do these pants make me look Jewish? I'd like to thank the person responsible for my nomination, an overflowing cup filled with the very cream of human goodness, the lovely Margaret Benson. I love you, Margaret, and you have a heart so big it'll crush this town. Many of the successes and excesses of recent years could not have been realized without the contributions of my dedicated musical constituency. The recording engineer Dan Tinker, and my manager Ted Wagner, and bass player Sean Kelly. Thank you, gentlemen. I'd like to thank my Uncle Dan for foisting the banjo on me at a really young age.
knowing full well what it did to his life. I'd like to thank my stepdad, Bob Hinton, for helping me to build Boom Chicken Records Global Headquarters, a limited liability company. Do you say I'd like to thank my son and best friend, Dylan Crossland, for constant inspiration and for not trying the marijuana. I'd like to thank, my spiritual advisor, my border collie, Roscoe, who regretfully couldn't be here this evening because he was involved in the zen and the art of chasing feral cats from under my trailer. I'd like to continue by saying, I'd just like to say, sorry, that's wrong. You can't. And I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the person who has probably been the most supportive and offering the most encouragement to a life of musical endeavor and artistic endeavor in general. Since the very beginning, in times of woe and want and trial and tribulation and jubilation, an artist and writer herself. Thank you, Mom. I will always love you like a brother. It's with pride I call Wyoming my home. It's with gratitude I accept this award. With excitement and inspiration, I look to the future of making music with all my good friends here in Wyoming. And I guess I'll just end this up by saying, thank you, country music fans. Because without you and without country music, I don't think I could be singing country music today. Thank you. Woo! So we're going to play music, I guess? Is that what we're going to do?
Who'd like to hear a little Jelon Crossland? And let's acknowledge our very good sport and very capable signer here. Her name is Bryn Elliott. Thank you, Bryn.
It's just about this time of year every year when I start listening real close. See if I can hear the first metal arc. I know it's premature, but it's a good time to start. Because you know, when you hear the first metal arc, you survived another one. So this is a song about springtime in Wyoming. Hey, little meadowlark, where have you gone? Where, oh where have you been so long? Oh, the summer's come, and I've waited all winter just to hear your song. All the pretty country girls again, kneel in the sunshine, so in the gardens in. Wearing wildflower perfume, I waited all winter just to see you bloom. Hey, little meadowlark, where have so long. Oh, the summer's come, and I've waited all winter just to hear your song. Wash away the bitter snow. No bluebirds can rest in my tree. I've waited all winter for the spring again. Hey, little meadowlark, where have you gone? Where, oh where have you been so long? Oh, the summer's come, and I've waited all winter just to hear your song. So sing a happy song all day long. Sing for the blue sky and the shining sun. For the summer's come, and I've waited all winter. I've waited all winter. I'm going to get my esteemed musical constituency co-conspirator Sean Kelly up here. That's Sean Kelly from Laramie, Wyoming. Sean, you clean up real nice when you put your mind to it. All right. And we're not opposed to playing all night long for you, really, so. Don't get it started. I want to ride a satellite over the edge of the world tonight, over and over again, round this great big world, through the fog of confusion. Sometimes it's hard to see very far. High above, fear and heartbreak of the world. Down here, it would all be clear. I want to ride a satellite over the edge of the world tonight, over and over again, round this great big world. Through the haze of distinction between you, me, and us and them,
we could all be friends, and the borders will curl like ribbons, and soldiers shrink to wooden toys for the girls and boys. I want to ride a satellite over the edge of the world tonight, over and over again, round this great big world. Let's take it around the world, Sean. Something more than just a dream, to imagine one world underneath the sun for everyone. I want to ride a satellite over the edge of the world tonight, over and over again, round this great big world. I want to ride a satellite over the edge of the world tonight, over and over again, round this great big world. Over and over again, round this great big world.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. This is a perfectly good opportunity to invite y'all out tomorrow night. We're playing at the Terry Bison Ranch with our entire ensemble. Our drummer will be with us and 2 other bands. And it all kicks off at 6 o'clock. So if you want to come out there and brave the snowstorm. This here's the song about living in small town Wyoming and just trying to get along. Ready? Have a seat. It's too small a town to carry that around, buddy, lay that hatchet down. It's too small a town. Well, Billy married Jane, who cheated with my Uncle Blaine, who left her for Sister Sue, because she works down at the Hooters. Sue was running round with Nick, old friends with benefits, till everyone found out. Neighborhood just went to hell. It's too small a town to carry that around, buddy, lay that hatchet down. It's too small a town. Where Harlow borrowed $50, said he's down on his luck. His race did not come through, and his babies needed shoes. He bought a 1/4 ounce of weed, and all I got for my good deed was a repo on my truck. Oh, come on out, let's square it up. It's too small a town to carry that around, buddy, lay that hatchet down. It's too small a town. Let's take it around, Sean. Ready? right. Doesn't matter who's wrong. We all gotta get along any old way, like some big family, dysfunctional as we may be, with all its ups and downs. It's too small a town. I got a little dog that bites. He goes out biting every night. Don't take it personally. He bites you, he bites me. Now we ain't welcome at the bar, the Mormon church or general store. Even drunkards, even saints, got little bite marks in their pants. It's too small a town to carry that around. Doggy, you can't go around biting everyone you see. Too small a town. Thank you guys, have a good night to carry that around. Buddy, lay that hatchet down. It's too small a town. All right. Sean Kelly on the bass.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jalon. Thank you. Thank you, Jalon and Sean. They're back here saying they could do another if you all want one. One more.
Where?
See, I didn't want to play this song in front of the governor. I tried to avoid it by playing tasteful and uplifting songs that had a positive message. But now you leave me no choice. I saw in the pamphlet, they dubbed me the Trailer Park Troubadour, which I don't know about that. I'm not sure where that came from. I mean, I live in a trailer, but it's in a nice neighborhood of real houses. All right, here we go, friends. This is gonna leave a mark. Now see, for me, that's where the rubber meets the road on the banjo, when it goes. I know many of you prefer it when the banjo does something more like. Oh my God, smell them tires. Someone save the baby, it's a trailer park fire. How did the whole thing get out of hand? I was burning spiders with the aerosol can. Oh my, smell them tires. Someone say the baby, it's a trailer park fire. shed on Cottonwood and Fifth, oh my mind. Smell them tires, someone say, baby, it's a trailer park fire. Oh, we gotta get in there, kick down the door. Daddy left his Harley on the living room floor. Oh my, my, smell them tires, someone say, baby, it's a trailer park fire. Well, it's Sunday night, the fire hall's closed. Only hope now's if the waterbed blows. Oh my, my, smell them tires, someone say, baby, it's a trailer park fire. This would be ordinarily be where the wackadoo solo goes if we had a drummer. Yeah, jump. Yeah. Well, you save Grandma, I'll save the crank. We'll meet out back by the propane tank. Oh my, my, smell them tires. Someone said, baby, it's a trailer park fire. Oh my, my, smell them tires. Someone said, baby, it's a trailer park fire. Oh my, my. Someone say, the baby, it's a trailer park fire.
Namaste.
Thank you, Jalon and Sean. I was going to ask for one more round of applause, but I don't have to. You did that on your own. He's just amazing. Wanted to let you know that Jalon's new CD, Portrait of a Fish, can be purchased, I'm sure, through his website. And if you just can't get enough of Jalon, again, he'll be performing tomorrow night out at the Terry Bison Ranch, and you can get tickets at Ernie November's. I don't want a picture with my glasses on. You can get tickets at Ernie November's or at the door tomorrow night, so I hope some of you will go out there. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. I especially want to thank Governor Meade and First Lady Carol Meade for your support of the arts in Wyoming, and especially of this event. We can't thank you enough. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I want to thank Millward Simpson, our fearless leader of the Department of State Parks and Cultural Resources. I know this is a bit unusual. People don't normally tell you to take the centerpieces from your table, but we would like to invite someone from each table to take home the bamboo. It's for good luck. And I think we're very lucky to have the wonderful arts climate that we have here in the state of Wyoming, and this is just a little symbol of that. So please take that home with you. Not the candles, those belong to Little America, but the bamboo you can take. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming. We hope to see you all here again next February for the 32nd Annual Governor's Arts Awards. This concludes tonight's event. Thank you all for being here.
I dream of a trailer in Bosler, Wyoming, with tires on the roof, dear, and you by my side.
Bosler, yeah, that's a romantic little tale. I've been asked to play that for people's first dances at weddings. Yeah, it's just a romantic little song. It's about just wanting you and your true love to disappear from all the frenetic activity of the world into a nice little life in a nice little town and play video games.
Ava started one artist, getting together as a group, and then and finally evolving into Ava and Dwayne Evenson wanting art in town, and somebody else saying, I'll purchase this. So it was a community effort that allowed that to happen.
You stop and think about what an engineer does. It's very creative, and they say music students do better in math because it's so abstract. You know, there's always been a correlation in the arts to virtually every other career that you can think of.
Congrats to all the winners! I dream of Bosler when I close my eyes. And I dream of a trailer in Bosler, Wyoming, with tires on the roof, and you by my side. And we can pitch horseshoes as stray cats on Sunday. Yes, I dream of Bosler when I close my eyes.